I don't want to talk about slaves for the right man or nothing like that, because I don't believe that it's a colour thing anymore. I believe that it's a
class thing.
It's a class thing.
Yeah. Hey guys, it's your girl Avi and I'm with
Darius.
Philip.
Hafiz.
and today we're going to be talking about the black rap artists in the past, present and the future. Today we have T.Y. Would you want to introduce yourself?
Come on, T.Y. and the Broke Boys music. Come on.
So you're an upcoming artist and you're a freestyler, yeah?
Thank you.
So tell me about a rapper or artist from the past that has contributed to today's current rap industry. I'll start. So George W. Johnson, he was the first African American to record commercially. He was a former slave, but he's discovered singing on the streets of Washington D.C. and he was made his first commercial recording for the Metropolitan, which I think is pretty cool. You guys think?
Yeah,
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah,
No,
that
I'm
was.
saying, I've done some research.
That's
on
some
it.
new stuff right
back.
there.
I think you're way too far back.
That's way back.
Way
back
far
into
back.
time.
Like he was the first one to record like commercially. Like that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What was it on like what's that thing called? The one with like the big
Vinyl.
like black disc. Yeah, was it that?
I think so, because it was
Vinyl.
1890s.
No.
The long
Did they
time
even
ago.
have vinyl then? though?
No one had vinyl back then, bro.
All they had was sticks and that like
Stones. Rubbing to make some fire.
I think like recorders and stuff came in like way later. Like
Exactly.
Yeah.
They didn't
For
even have
real.
recorders, fam.
mm.
Nah, I think you're lying still. I'm
Wait,
gonna lie.
what was
Is
the
it-
question?
yeah,
What
The
was the question?
Wikipedia thing that is. That's not.
So
that's not Google.
the people from the past that contribute to today's.
Today's rap.
Yeah.
I'm saying straight up, I'm throwing up Park and Biggie. Straight up. And I'm
Yeah.
also
I was
throwing up
gonna
LL Cool
say
J, Run DMC, and
Definitely.
also what's his name again?
Wu Tang, you got to say Wu Tang.
Yeah, Wu-Tang,
Wu-Tang Clan. You
definitely,
gotta
man.
love the Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
another
yeah.
one.
Ice Cube,
Cube is
All
there,
them, man.
of course. NWA.
Snoop,
Yeah, all
NWA,
them,
all
like,
of that.
yeah.
all
When you,
of
when,
that.
when you say today's music, are you talking
Big
about in
Pun.
England?
Rakim.
or
No,
around
like
the
in the
world?
past,
Rakim.
in the past that
like
contribute to today's rap.
American, like
Oh,
them,
yeah,
man.
but when you say today's rap, obviously there's quite a lot of different scenes.
Yeah.
So we're talking about
Hit
like,
American
can't
and
like-
UK.
That's-
like
yeah.
commercial music, or we're talking about like
Yeah,
grime, or
yeah,
we're talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
British hip hop. We're talking about there's many
The
different
drill scene.
scene as it
Mm.
is.
That's true.
Mm.
Well,
'Cause there's a lot of-
anyone really,
Just
because
go
that's
through
all
all of
linked
them,
together.
innit?
You know what I
Mm.
mean?
Because obviously the people that you've said have like contributed to the whole like music as a whole. But then if you was to ask me, obviously the kind of music that I kind of do, I would say people like it's past now, the late great Cadet, because
Yeah.
Yeah.
he,
R.I.P.
he, exactly, he did
Cadet.
like storytelling and stuff like that, but it was more he had emotion in it. So before it was rapping about things that you had. See, the people that you spoke about, like granted they spoke about the drugs and violence, but they didn't talk about what the drugs and violence then led on to. They didn't.
Cadets too.
They didn't tell you about how.
True.
Yeah, you've got drugs and violence, but you're also 24/7 looking over your shoulder because there might be police,
Exactly.
you might be like they don't talk to you about that.
The
But then-
paranoia.
exactly.
Yeah.
They showed you the glitz and glamour sides.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like even Biggie made what is it, the 10 Crack Commandments.
Yeah.
That's what. Don't get it twisted. That's one of the hardest songs of all time in my book. But that will tell you how to sell crack at the end of the day. But then if you listen to a Cadet song, you'd be like, well, hold on, why would I sell crack when I can? At the end of the day, it might not be as glamorous, but I could get a 9 to 5, work hard, and then da. Because
Still accomplish the same sort of
exactly.
things.
If,
Yeah.
And if not, even if not, like more.
Yeah.
Because they teach about he would tell you about credit in one of his lines. What was it? He was like, someone still get a brand new car, still drive it to my mum's house.
Yeah.
He'll talk about that he don't have good credit, he's been in gangs and but
Yeah.
at the same time, if you listen to one of them, they'll be like, to be a good rapper, you need a good car. You need to
You need
be
to have
able
a chain.
Exactly, you need to have
the
a
bust
chain.
down watch.
So these
You know what I'm
stereotypes
saying?
really.
But then also, if you're talking about stuff like that, people that educate you through their lyrics and their raps, you can
Daves.
also look at your Daves, your Jay-Z's,
Exactly.
Yeah.
your Nas's, people that tell you about different things to try to educate you. Even Rapman. With
Yeah.
the Shiro story.
The Shiro
Yeah.
story.
He's
telling you
episode.
straight
Yeah,
up what's
yeah.
going on.
That's
Yeah.
true,
Like he's
that's
talking
true.
about some real life stories that different people don't
That's
understand and don't get to see because they're not in that environment.
I think a lot of people did it. Let's be honest. When it comes to music like rap and stuff like that, it's targeted at the younger generation.
Yeah.
Like people like us at the end of the day. So
Facts.
it's like, but there's no way in how that people like us can connect or even like understand what people like. What was the person that you said? Sorry, Abby.
I said George Johnson.
See, we could never comprehend what he had to go through. Obviously, as a
For the
slave.
time.
Be the
Yeah.
freed
Yeah.
slave.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're just seeing it. We'd see it as, he was a free slave. That's good. But we could never sit down and be like, how could we apply that to our life?
Exactly.
Facts. He's
But
too
then,
far gone.
At the end of the day, that's true. He's really too far gone.
1859.
That's a whole.
That's way
that's
before
a
we were
whole
born.
100 plus years.
So like, at the end of the day, it's something good to think about, but and then it's not you couldn't apply that to our common knowledge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because everything's changed. Like all the infrastructure, everything has changed. Like cool. You was a slave, and everyone knew what position you was in because you was a slave.
Yeah.
Now everyone's meant to be equal, but are we really equal?
No, I personally feel like especially black males, I feel like we are all slaves, but we're slaves to society at the end of the day. When you really think about it, because like if you go into deep, what do you do? Like you work 24/7, and what you're gonna do? You're gonna spend it on a chain. So if you think about it as like a metaphor, what are you doing? They work 24/7 to be put in chains. We will work 24/7 to be put in chains.
To buy chains and
exactly.
whatnot.
Then people, like, you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day,
I like that.
I don't want to talk about slaves for the right man or nothing like that, because I don't believe that it's a colour thing anymore. I believe that it's a
class thing.
It's a class thing.
Yeah,
At the end
yeah.
of the day, so before everyone was working 24/7 really hard for the white man, but these days you're working 24/7 for like people who are higher class than you.
Yeah.
So it's like I think it's just slavery in different contexts. I think you're just slavery, but you're just more. They've tricked you. It's like institutionalized.
Do you know what it changed from? It changed from chains physically to chains mentally.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of people would drink.
Put that as speech marks. You get it.
A lot of people would drink. A lot of people would smoke and waste their life away because they don't feel like they can do anything with their life. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of these rappers are talking about the struggle that they came from.
Yeah.
Like even Lil Wayne, he was talking about how Louisiana after the hurricane and people were just sipping lean and all this and that because they didn't see anything else for them. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get what you mean.
So Hafiz, did you have someone?
For the moment, it's quite far back. It's around the 90s. Basically, do you guys know a fella called Spike Lee?
Yes.
And essentially, this guy was a black film director, and what he did was, at the time of releasing the film was called "Do the Right Thing," and the premise of that film is essentially it's set in America, I think around Brooklyn areas, and the film focuses on different communities of people, and they're all of different races. So you had Chinese, Italian, American. And then he had quite a few other groups as well. And the premise of that was basically the director wanted to internalize every sort of perspective of people. So there were scenes where the black characters will talk from their head, and they will be like, "Listen, we don't want to be here." There was one scene in a pizzeria. They're in some Italian guy's pizzeria, and on the wall side they had predominantly white figures on the wall. And one of the other main guys there, the black protagonist, he asked the guy at the front, and he goes, "How come there's no black brothers on the wall?" And there's scenes like that where Spike Lee wanted to introduce the conflict that Americans or black Americans or just black people in general experience when they go out and about. They don't have enough culture that's in the spotlight. So in one scene in particular I want to talk about is they use a character called Radio Raheem. And his character throughout the whole film, he carries this one boombox with him, and in this boombox he plays this one track. The track's called Public Enemy, Fight the Power. And
Can we have that playing in the background?
yeah, we should play that actually. I'll let you guys listen to it for a couple of seconds and I'll carry on.
Fight the power. Fight the power.
Yes, it's in the power.
He said that they were the only, at the time, they were the only political group talking about anything remote to this subject.
Yeah.
That they received a lot of backlash, but they just kept on touring and kept on going through it. So I give respect to Public Enemy.
Yeah, definitely. How about yourself, Philip? You got any characters in mind or?
Bro, it's all wrapped up, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everyone said anything.
Yeah.
And I was adding on, obviously, you have like the Wu-Tangs, all of that. All of them like paved the way in terms of also like showing our struggle in it. Like, I think back then it weren't even like just, like the thing with America and that, or even here at the time, is the media's too sensitive when it comes to displaying struggle and like what is actually going on behind the scenes, like poverty and all that. So when like NWA and all them man came, it was like they didn't give a shit, and they were just like
They're raw.
They were just telling you what was going on,
Unfiltered.
like, straight to the point, unfiltered, nothing. Like they
School
weren't hiding
class,
it, so people
Yeah.
had to listen, even if it was like you know, like it made them the listener feel a certain way, like, oh rah, like these guys are just swearing and all this. Like you still felt like through those like swears and all that, like you still felt like the emotion in that as well, because they came from a place where they didn't have nothing in it, and they had to like actually. So I feel like through that they moved music forward, and they also like showed like how important or how man are struggling, and put down the forefront in it. Like I think that's the main impact, to be honest.
Yeah.
I feel you, because they were the first ever album to have parental advice.
Yeah, the label.
Yeah.
On the label.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
the first
Yeah.
one.
Was that in
That's
that?
what I mean.
That was
You
NWA.
get
They
why
were the
Yeah.
first one.
Like-
People's parents would go out, buy it, and go to their concerts and run it over.
They would,
Really?
they would
But-
purposely buy it just for
Yeah.
the means of breaking.
But
it.
really
Yeah.
and truly, they're still giving me money, so you do what you want.
Yeah.
Like, remember, like, this is the time where people weren't really shutting down shows. They were going to places, shutting it down, and then the police would come and lock it off.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
See what I
They would
mean?
get arrested.
Did you
for
see the
saying-
film?
They were really.
I saw the film.
Yeah.
Straight out of
Yeah.
Compton.
But
Yeah.
some of it is exaggerated, but most,
Yeah.
most of it is all
Like
facts.
what do you mean? Like, exaggerated?
There's the scene where Dre went to go punch that guy because
Was it Suge? I can't remember
yeah,
who it was.
he was around Suge or something.
Yeah.
He punched that guy. I think that was exaggerated because Suge was like, that never happened.
Yeah.
There's certain things that obviously it's a film, so you got.
They're gonna
It's
put more
Hollywood,
stuff
innit? What
it.
can you
Yeah,
say?
they're gonna make
You
more
know what's
money.
crazy to think though? You see Sugar. What do you think? You think like the big.
Yeah.
You know what the craziest thing about is? In the guys you see with him, with the biggest bloods around him,
Yeah.
they've openly came out. Now that we're in jail, everyone's in jail. They don't care. They're in there for life. They're telling the truth, and it was like Suge paid us. He was never a real blood. He paid us. So what's crazy to think is, day to day, you're thinking that's one of the biggest bloods ever, like gangster. He wasn't. He was just paying a security service at the end of the day. But what's crazy to think
Essentially,
is, what the crazy thing is, you will never like you'll never know. You'll never know what really happens behind the background type thing.
Yeah.
That's what it's
I think
set
that's
up.
crazy.
Exactly,
I think that's crazy to
It's
think.
proper, yeah. Like people like even Takashi,
Mm.
but no one knew that off bat until you look more into it, and then you found out that all them man that he hangs out with, he just paid like them to basically.
Nah,
hang
I
out
felt
with.
like it was fake because
Yeah.
who
and he
really
just snitched on his man. Just
for
like,
real, like he flipped so quick. Oh
But to
God.
be fair though, fam, these man kidnapped him. They tried to kill him. They tried to kill his baby mum. If you was in a jail cell and you was in his situation, obviously you got to stick to code. Let's not switch from that. You got to stick to code. In that situation, when he's obviously poor and that, like he comes from the hood,
Facts.
but like he ain't real like that. So of course he's gonna snitch when he's the older man have just done that to him. He's gonna snitch.
No, I understand that.
And
Cool,
he
you
has
can
his
be-
career and all that. $10 million deal as
Mm.
soon as he gets out, bro.
But who gonna really listen to him?
Mm.
Tell me
Everyone,
right now.
everyone.
Tell me right now. Tell me right now. Tell me right now.
bro.
You're gonna
Listen,
go
listen,
through your
hold
local
on,
neighborhood
hold on,
and
hold
bump
on.
6
Hold on,
9
listen,
Tell me right now.
6ix9ine,
Yeah.
fam.
At the end of the day, they're not. The labels aren't thinking they're gonna give him a 10 mil deal easy. They're not thinking, who's gonna pay out? Everyone's gonna go to his shows, number one,
Yeah.
because everyone think they're gonna be drama.
I think they're thinking about like
He might
ticket
even
sales
be-
and
and,
whatnot.
and
might
not
even
even
be bigger, fam.
and not
Yeah.
even that. What you gotta understand is, if he really does die in the next year, the next 2 years, they get rights to his music for the rest of his eternity.
Yeah.
Facts.
All
He
the
got
fees,
hits. He got hits.
He's
All
dead.
that.
Yeah,
No one can. They own all of his
They own
music.
it.
Touch wood that he don't die though. Touch
Touch
wood.
wood,
Don't die,
touch
though.
wood. But I don't think he will.
I don't want to say that.
At the end of the day, he's hiding in plain sight.
Yeah,
What
24
you gonna
hour
do?
security.
There's all of these people in here.
Mhm.
Anyone's gonna kill me. In front of all these people.
Oh no, it's happened.
Exactly.
though.
And he's gonna be on stage in front of how many thousand
He's gonna
people.
have
But
a
enough man have to
days.
run up on though.
all that, bodyguards, all that. And if he's 6'9", that's got a 10 mil deal off bat. You don't think he's gonna buy like 10 bodyguards to follow him everywhere?
But at the same time,
that's
but-
petty P. Like,
But 10 million, but 10 million is not gonna last him. 10 million, he's still got.
of course, fam.
He's still got to pay
No,
off
not
all his,
even
all
just
his,
that. All his debts.
all his debts.
He still has P. And he's making off money, off like his music. He's getting P as well.
Yeah,
so like, it's just calm.
but hold on. Artist's main sales is from ticket sales and what venue? No venue's gonna hold him.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I just want to talk about the development that we've had. Philip, I want to talk about the development we had. So in the 1600s, we started when the slaves had to put on performances for the owners. So they started on the stages trying to win a prize. But now, look at where we are now. They're all everyone's in the charts. Like look at the development that they've had.
Yeah.
Like they started being slaves and putting on shows for their owners. But then you look at them now. They're in the charts. Like they're like top one. Like the development is actually crazy.
I kind of feel like it's the same though. I feel like then we was putting on shows for the slave owners and the slave owners' family. But as we said, if you make it as a class thing, like we're not putting on shows for people like us. We're not. At the end of the day, we're not, because we don't have money. You know what I mean? We don't.
We want a rich white kid.
Exactly. All you want to do,
Suburban white
you want to sell out the ones that can sell out for the rich white kids. So at the end of the day, you're still doing shows for a richer parents' kids.
Yeah.
Facts.
It's the same, but it's just a different hustle. Same game, different hustle. That's
Do
all it
you
is.
think you can utilize that side of it though, in terms of like, say if a young black artist, you know, or someone like that wants to use that as a means to spread their
100%.
message or whatnot?
That's what Dave's done at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly.
Because have you seen his, what is it? Not streets. I can't remember what it is. When he was 16, he did it, and you hear him. You know when he's wearing like the Nike.
Yeah,
and he's like you hear his anger.
Yeah.
And then now he's coming out with, wait,
This is
no,
what
no,
happened.
no.
Is it the black box?
But you can. Yeah, his black box, and he did a different one.
He
Street
proper,
Cypher,
like,
was it Street
fam, I
Cypher?
thought man
Yeah,
was
he went
gonna
off on that. I
cry.
remember
Yeah, exactly.
seeing
But at the end
Oh,
of the
there's
day,
a Street
he's
Cypher
went
as well?
from that
What's it
to I changed my number a couple times, cause man,
Street
cool.
stuff.
No, you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to
Do you know
make
why he did
mainstream
that? Do you know why he
music.
did that?
Yeah.
Because he's smart. He knows that will sell.
He tapped into that market.
Exactly.
area.
Because he knows for a fact talking about guns and violence is not gonna get him to the top.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
gonna get him a platinum hit.
But
It's not
then
gonna get him
also,
anything.
you hit them with the mainstream because they message you so hard. They like to hear the real stuff too. So he hit you with Hangman, he hit you with Streatham, because
Streatham,
people be
definitely,
singing Streatham, but if you really hear what he
What he's
says,
saying.
teachers be giving man tests, same time the
Man
man
was
they be
giving
giving
out
out
testers.
Hey, listen, listen to what hey, if you listen to what he's saying, it's some real stuff. It's some real stuff.
But what you gotta understand is that is one out of his whole lineup.
Yeah.
But that's not because of him. Cause I know for a fact that if he won, that if he thought within his heart that would blow, he would. But what you gotta remember is he's still got a family to feed.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, him being just another rapper like everyone else talking the truth, that's
Yeah.
not gonna give him the platform that he needs. So he knows that if he gives out all of these hit songs that are talking bull at the end of the day,
Yeah.
he knows that once you're up there, then he's got the platform. He can say what he likes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's different.
Because building off of that, if you look at even, we spoke about Cadet earlier, the reason why everyone calls him underrated legend, because he was a lyricist. He would tell you a story, he'd make you feel,
Yeah.
but he was not mainstream. Even Rapman, he's not mainstream. Yeah, there's certain people, like even people even, do you know who Carla is?
Yeah.
Nah,
It's
that-
because
There you go, you don't even know who Carla is. Carla's a person, he talks
know
about
who
some
Carla
real
is?
stuff. He talks about some, trust me, after this, go watch
Go
a Carla
watch-
video.
Ah, Carla,
He
yeah.
talks about some real stuff, yeah, and not a lot of people know about him, but they all talk about the realest stuff, all the things that people really are thinking, and he will tell you, educate you within a track or within a conversation, yeah. So the real get pushed to the side and the mainstream get pushed
What?
Because
forward.
they don't want to hear that.
What class is someone as mainstream? What do you think?
When I say when you make a like cool, a lot of people make this track about I like money,
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
girls, I got you know what I'm saying,
The
I got
flex,
this, I got
innit?
that. Flex, and then you got obviously now this is becoming more mainstream. I'm gonna chef you, I'm gonna shoot you, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do,
Yeah,
that's more
yeah, yeah.
mainstream now.
Yeah,
But
like-
someone's
Yeah.
no one's talking about the single mum who's on crack and has to feed her kid. You know
More
what I'm
about the
saying?
system.
Yeah.
and
You know what I'm
things.
saying?
Yeah,
No one's
'cause
really
like-
want to talk about
Because
that.
like
Yeah.
I don't get, cause like I don't really get what makes someone class as either a hip hop artist or a mainstream.
You reckon there's like too many now?
That's
like,
that is
there's
my
too
point.
many
'Cause
avenues.
it's like
and-
there's so many people who aren't. So like let's say from Birmingham, do you know who Mowgli is?
Yeah, of course, of course.
yeah.
And even all of them, like all of them,
Mm-hmm.
they're not mainstream yet they are mainstream.
They're known.
Exactly,
Yeah.
but at the same time they're kind of mainstream.
I feel
They've
like-
got sports direct deals. They're doing all this.
That's a Sports Direct.
Exactly. Got their own shoes and that, like, that's
Sports direct.
Okay, guys, I wanted to move on to you now, TY, about your lifestyle and your career. Is that okay?
my last.
So I'm gonna ask, your lifestyle.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you a few questions. So
Yeah,
how
go
do
on.
you feel about being in the industry?
I feel like the industry holds many stigmas. Someone says to me, oh, are you a rapper? I will never say yes. I
Mm.
won't, because at the end of the day, do you know how many black boys my age want to be a rapper? And they've wrote a little 16, like, I'm a rapper. At the end of the day, you sound like an idiot. So I'd hate to go around my nan and be like, nah, I'm a rapper. She'd
Yeah.
be looking at me like, what are you talking about?
Mm.
I'd much rather.
Would you consider
this-
it your interest sort of thing?
I
or-
don't. I love it with a passion.
Yeah, yeah.
My heart is there, but I know for a fact that whatever money I'm making now, I've already got my scheme. I know what I'm invested in. I will never let myself be classed or just let down as a.
So that's smart
as an
investment.
artist,
Yeah.
So what got you into the whole music industry, like?
You know what? I had a lot of family issues. I had a lot of life issues, to be honest. A lot of people died around me. I was seeing a lot of things that I had to find a way to get it out.
Yeah.
I had to, but so
So
someone
like
was so then someone was like, "Oh, write it down," but I couldn't write it down because it's like, how can I write down every emotion that I'm feeling and everything I'm angry about? It's impossible.
Yeah.
Like,
So
'cause
it's
how
just
can
in a
I
way to like express yourself.
I knew for a fact I couldn't limit myself to a pen and paper, so
Yeah.
I'd have to push it out, and then it just came out that
Mm.
it sounded good. You know what I mean? It sounded good when it came out, so I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. So
all
it's
right,
just
then.
your way to express your feelings
Exactly,
and everything.
exactly.
Way to get it out sort of thing.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're in it for the money, you're not gonna make money. You know?
So
Rap
what?
is
So
art.
Is that man
What you say, sorry?
Rap is an art form.
It is.
If you don't feel like it's
It
meant
is.
to be poetry, yeah.
That's
That's why
what
all
it
the
is.
rhymes, all the rhythms, everything is meant to be
That is
poetry.
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
deep, it is poetry.
So what's your main goal then? Is it to send a message? The money, the fame?
My main goal, to be honest, is I went through phases. I genuinely used to want to be famous
Yeah.
because I was the still small, but I was the tiny fat kid that was poor. Mummy was working 24/7, never had nothing. So my main goal was to get money
Get out
and
the
be
hood.
famous. That was my
Yeah.
goal.
Yeah.
But then I started to make money. I started to get known. Like I couldn't, Abby, I couldn't walk certain places, and some people would be like, "Oh, you're that guy from that
Yeah,
video." Couldn't do it.
everyone
And I was like,
could
you know what?
see.
I'm done with this. I feel like an idiot. Like I'm known. I ain't got money. What's going
Wait,
on?
what are you on about?
I used to do videos with people like D147,
Yeah.
Bromtown Editions. I
Okay.
used to do all of those. They were ended up on Battle Planet. Like in my DMs now, Battle Planet's in my DMs. I got all my close friends are on like 100k followers or more.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm in all these videos, and it's like nothing towards them. I love them with a passion, but it's like my face is known, yet my pockets is empty. Like
Yeah,
some
so you
people
wanna
will
get the
crave for
money,
that, you know.
don't
You want your own
Yeah,
sense of
that's
privacy.
exactly
innit?
it.
But some people will crave for that, and I've never been. And I realized I couldn't be with certain
Yeah.
people will fake being kidnapped and stuff like that for
Yeah.
a bit. So for their Instagrams to blow, I couldn't do that. I've never been that person. I was like, I'd rather £1 million and 1 million followers any day.
Yeah.
Any day. So it's just like all I've wanted to do is be able to make sure my mum's not crying over bills, and
Yeah.
I make that's it.
Come on.
Yeah.
Respect it.
I've always said
Yeah.
in my heart of heart,
Respect,
I've always said if I could have £1 a day and just be in the booth, yet my mum's got all the money, I'm doing that. I've said that.
Bro,
Yeah.
I've said that.
I
I
respect
said
that.
that. You can
Respect
take AirPods, you can take all of this, take everything off me. If you told me you could put me in the booth 24/7, even put a bed in there, and I just got to do the music, and all that went straight to my mum, I'd do it. Without a
Yeah.
shadow of a
Yeah,
doubt.
that one.
Out shadow of a doubt.
So-
I don't care.
It's about time when you do your freestyle tie, TY.
You reckon you
So-
could do a performance for us?
Yeah. So I'll be giving
Stand out,
you.
innit?
It's the game where I'll be giving you 4 words, and we'll pick a beat for you in the background, and you have to try freestyle with these 4 specific words. Yeah.
I got
You
that.
ready for the 4 words?
Let's see.
All the best, bro.
You wanna give me one at a time? You
I don't mind. I'll give you
yeah.
I'll give you the all 4 now, and you can add
one
it
at
in.
a time. All right.
Oh,
go on.
really? I thought
all.
you was gonna do like he's spitting and then you just cut.
Add them in.
Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah, you can
Yeah,
do that.
you
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah,
So
go
you
on,
can give
go
me the
on.
first one at the start, and I'll start rapping.
When you're ready,
La,
just
la,
put your
la.
hand up for the next one.
Yeah.
Go on. Go
Yeah,
on,
so
go
let's
on.
play the beat.
Oof. What's the first word?
Struggle.
Struggle. Hey. Can you turn it up a bit for me, please? Yeah. Yo. Lucky used to struggle, now got the hustle. Mum told me, son, do what you do. These days, man, I just roll with the crew. These days, man, I'm like who with a who, and they know my face, man, I stay to the base. Talking my name and the feds of the place. Look round the shoulder, and I see Jay, so gotta run like stuff. Yo, run the same, run right back. Who's that there, man? He's there with a strap, he's there with a back, and he's there with a strap, and I'm crying every day cause the bill's going up. Mum is all vexed, 7S, my sister died, man didn't cry. Still circle back with a strap though, still up in the back though, still up in the, man I'm running from the back though, still step steady in the beating, still step straight for the cute thing, still right there for the beating, still got the beats for the beating, still got the bros on lock.
Music.
Aye, still right there for the music. Aye, said I still spit for the music. Man, I got a point, these days I got a please it. I do it for the hustle and I do it for the music. Man, I used to cry every day, man, I cried every day, but these days I just get paid. I ain't got a stock till my mum's in the range. 20 bags there, a 20 bag there. I went to the shop, I spent 15 racks in one day. How to do that, I don't even know for my age range. I just want an age range, I just want a new tax bracket and I'm athlete.
Lifestyle.
Aye, look. This is my lifestyle, new garm, new style, new flow. Got a new B with a oh, when I run a man down, it's a 10 toe with a new flow. When I'm crying every day, cause my mom's vexed. Everything I put in a vest. If you talk my name, put the 9 in the vest. And I don't mean to cry, but that's why. Please, bro, please don't ask me why am I like this. Mom just said, why you like this? Why am I high like this? Why am I gonna try like this?
Discrimination.
Aye, these days I'm just a patient. Mom says calm down son, have some patience. How can I have some patience? Fed to me daily discrimination. I'm not Asian, I was in Asian. Wait, but I really got this, you know I'm the hardest. Back in day school, you know I was the loudest. No, I was smallest, no, I was loudest. But now I'm in Audis. I was the worst in class, now I'm in a brand new fresh A class. How could I pass? How could I pass in this lifestyle? Do 8 mile, man, I spit like it's 8 mile. My life is a movie, I spit like I'm 8 mile. When I'm way down like I'm, whenever
Hey. TY, that's TY.
I see you straight fire in the beat.
Alright, well, thank you for that TY. Thanks everyone for tuning
I
in.
wish you had
Alright.
like a Charlie Stott thing, you know what you like.
Right. That's all we have for today, guys. Thank you for coming in, Ty. Thank you,
problem,
Darius.
anytime.
Thank you, Philip and Hafiz.
Thanks, Abby.
One
Have
love,
a nice
peace,
day,
peace,
guys.
peace.
Right. See you guys. Bye.